What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy with Fireplace Friday, coming to you live from my wife's Jeep. Just ran a errand for her. She works in the business too, if you didn't know that. She had meetings this morning. She does business coaching along with helping us out at Flues Brothers with administrative things and stuff like that. So shout out to CVC Coaching. So I'm just driving down State Line here, not much traffic or anything, and of course keeping my eye on the road. We're totally safe here doing this. I'm just basically talking to myself essentially, right? So I can't look and see who's chiming in, making comments or whatever. So if you do, I appreciate you. What do we want to talk about? Well, today we'll talk about what we talk about every year at this time. The phones are ringing off the hook. The weather is cold today. It is chilly out. You can see I've got my hoodie on, my sweatshirt on. Driving through the Mission Hills area here, I can see all the trees are starting to change a bit and everything else. It's a Friday, and so people are out doing things, and it's nice outside, but it's a bit chilly. So that means that people start thinking about their chimneys. And this time of year, it's interesting because we'll have people that we gave estimates on. A lot of people we gave estimates on, and now they're calling us now wanting the work done. The problem with that is sometimes work should be done during the spring and summer rather than at the winter. I know people think of things when, it's cold outside, I need to have my chimney repaired or what have you, but it is best to get your repairs done during the spring and summer, especially masonry and things like that. Now, we do it year-round. We can't do it, obviously, after, during the first quarter. Sometimes it's hit or miss. But those types of jobs are better suited for warmer weather. We can do it during this time, but here we are. Sorry, I'm back. You have to wait a while, and also we might have to push you off just because it gets so busy leading up to Halloween, and then up to Thanksgiving, and then up to Christmas, and those time slots will be taken lickety split. And that's with every good chimney company out there. I always tell people, if you call somebody and they can get to you this time of year within a day or two, which is what everybody, that calls, we get people, well, I'm going to keep calling until I find someone. But when you just keep calling to find someone, you're just going off of random people. Or if you're shopping just based on price, there's always a wonderment to me, because I read a post the other day that someone had posted, and it was very interesting. It had two types of comments that service companies get. Number one is that you're overpriced. And we get that. I think everybody gets that. I think even people that aren't overpriced get that. And it's typically what that means, according to this post, is I can't afford it and I'm angry about it. That's why someone was going to say, that's overpriced. And that makes sense. It does make sense. And I'm always sorry if you can't afford something, but usually when it comes to chimney stuff, you start with an inspection, and then you might find out that, hey, I've got this going on or that going on. Chimney's never had any work done or anything. The first little level of human emotion is always anger, disbelief, things like that. Hey, I can't afford to write a check for that right now. But that's why we take credit cards. We offer financing, things like that. Maybe people have to wait a while or save up. But what I'm saying with the wait a while is don't push something off if you can afford it during the spring and summer to this time of year, because everybody just gets so loaded up with work that it's very hard to get to you. So, a lot of people will start calling soon, and they'll go, well, I'd like to get the repairs done before Thanksgiving or Christmas. Well, so do all other, calls that come in this time of year. So we get loaded up real fast. But regardless, the other comment on the post that I saw was, the first one was you're overpriced. The second one was that costs a lot. And that typically means I've never had this type of work done. and I need more information. And we get a lot more of those than we get your overpriced. But like I said, everybody, I think, in business, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're McDonald's, it doesn't matter if you're Walmart, it doesn't matter if you're the most expensive clothing store. I was at a game last night with a bunch of teenagers watching a football game. My daughter cheerleads, and I noticed a lot of the girls wearing Lululemon, which is a great clothing brand, but it's an expensive one, as you notice, I didn't say it's overpriced because I've seen the quality, and my daughter wears that stuff. She doesn't have a whole closet full of it, but she has some because they're good quality, and she uses those clothes for certain things because they hold up well, and she's very athletic and things like that. So, but with that being said, I keep seeing a lot of posts. And it seems like this all started during the pandemic, and it's certainly bleeding over with people who are, giving companies or service companies and regular company restaurants, everybody, a bit of flack for their pricing or their services or what have you. And even to the point where I used to see restaurants having to post signs saying, hey, sorry, we had to raise our price, and please be nice to the people that came to work today. We're having staffing issues. It might take a little longer. This isn't taboo. Every single place is that way. And believe me, it's a struggle. Everything. I pay the bills for our company. There isn't anything that hasn't went up. And we had to raise our prices on repairs and stuff. We didn't raise it on service. I'm sticking true to it, even to a little bit of a detriment. But I don't want to have to keep taking up. But there is a point where you just got to, and we held out as long as we could. But if you notice, when we go to a restaurant, you're paying more, and the service is slower. They're probably understaffed. The same stuff that you just see consistently. So it doesn't help, to ask for a discount when the company is already struggling to, raise the price just to get up and get back to even and everything. We have some built-in discounts, and it's basically related to the credit card fees. So if you don't pay with a credit card and you choose to pay a certain way or what have you, we have discounts built in for that. We always apply the inspection fee, service call, whatever, to any repair work over $1,000. We haven't given up on any of that stuff. But at the same time, like I said, I know times are stressful, but you need to try to deal with people and be kind and not stress everybody else out, because what'll happen is people will start shutting down on you, and they just won't want to deal with you. And even that comes to businesses too, because if someone's being rude or argumentative or are beating you up on price when you have to make a living too, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. The reason I bring this up is we had an interesting call the other day. A tech was at a job, and the lady needed a part for her fireplace, and she wanted to talk to a manager after she got the price. And she was the type of person that anytime someone says, okay, this is what's needed, and she runs to the internet and types in whatever and gets a result and goes, well, the part only costs this much. And I explained to her, I said, you're the first person that I've heard of people doing this. It's usually like heating and cooling, and someone needs a thermopile or a pilot assembly, and people just type in pilot assembly and assume that's the pilot assembly that's the part that's gonna solve my issue or whatever. And I'm here to tell you, the same part can have different part numbers, and you've got to use the right parts. And that one part number, both the parts could look the same, but one could be a specific pilot for one unit and one's for another unit, and there could be $100, $200, $300 variant in that. And the parts that you get online from random retailers, Amazon, I mean, this part was on Home Depot, and we don't get our parts from Home Depot. When it comes to specialty parts for fireplaces, we have to do a little bit of research. We have to pay that person to send out and everything. So she was like, well, you guys are making X amount of money and the part's only this much money. I said, well, that's not accurate, and I can't promise, well, here, let me send you the link. I don't care about the link because I already know what the result's going to be. Home Depot doesn't sell the right fireplace part for that particular fireplace. And even if they did, I don't care. I don't know anything about the vendor or the part or anything. And so what ends up happening is and we know how much we have to charge for something. There's a lot that goes into it. There's thousands of dollars worth of tools and trucks and insurance, and then we have to put a warranty on that for a certain amount of time. All that gets factored in. And so yes, we have to, when we purchase a part, a business has to mark up that part. That's how a business makes up money. And then they have to charge labor, and we have to build in little things like part wear down, and and a lot of not part, but equipment wear and tear and things like that. So yes, you can buy stuff online, but it doesn't give you the knowledge, and it doesn't give you the right tools and everything to properly install it. So what happens then? Well, if you decide to go that route and then have yourself or a novice install who knows if they're going to do it right, if it's the right part, etc. Because we're experts. I mean, if somebody wants to represent themselves in court instead of hiring a lawyer that's been to school for a long time, well, that's your prerogative. But don't say, well, I didn't hire you because you're overpriced, when that lawyer has to pay for all that education, has to pay for the upkeep, has to pay for all the people that work with them in order to take care of your case and everything. But so many people think they're scamming me, or they're making all their money off of one job. It's all spread out, all the cost of doing business and everything that are those little hidden fees and things. But usually people that do that have no clue the time, the effort, the expense, the education, the truck, the tools, all of that stuff that goes into owning a business. And they say, well, I just buy it and I just put it in. Kind of like when people call and they go, yeah, I need all these, I need a reline on my chimney. How much do those run? And we tell, well, I can't give you an exact price until we see what you've got. We want to make sure it's the right size liner. There's a lot of things that go into it. But I'm sure, people do go to the internet a lot looking for prices on things. But when it comes to construction or something, building a kitchen in your home or countertops and stuff like that, it's hard to just give something's going off. It's hard to just give a ballpark on doing the work. You really need to have the person out and pay for the inspection and get all of the information. And then if you decide to use them, great. If you don't, then you got what you paid for. Now you have all the knowledge, and now you can shop properly. And that's fine to shop around, but you want to make sure you're comparing apples to apples, because if there's a huge deviance in price, what are they leaving out? If one person's $4,000 for something, another one's $3,000, you can't just assume that you're getting the same thing. Why are they different? Maybe it's a matter of taking the estimate and talking to the other company that was $4,000. If you think about you're going to go with them, if you feel confident with the $3,000 percentage, your money, and everything, just make sure they're credentialed and they're insured and they have a license and to do the work, a contractor's license, and and hopefully they're doing a good job. But it's still a little weird if someone has a big deviance in a price. And you might want to do your research instead of instantly just going to, they're trying to take advantage of me, because that doesn't make any sense. I'm here to tell you, businesses aren't out there. I know you see it on TV a lot because that's what people want to watch on TV. that, you know, someone's taking advantage of somebody. It doesn't happen that way. There's almost every business owner I've ever ran into has a heart of gold. They work very hard, very long while you're at home sleeping. A lot of them are still working, doing paperwork and things like that. I know I do, you know, and we're not out to get anybody. No one is. Most business owners, if they're doing something wrong, it's typically from ignorance on whatever it is. Maybe they didn't get any education and stuff. I know, you know, as a professional, there's constantly stuff on Facebook where it's some of the questions. It's like, have you ever taken a class before you're trying to do this? Because trying to get how to do a specialty trade from advice on Facebook probably is not the best way to educate yourself on something. Going to an actual education body or hiring a business coach or a trainer or something, that's the way to do it. And you can even, you know, link up with somebody, I'm stopped now, in the industry that can maybe help you. Maybe I know they have people in the industry that'll allow people to come to them and do a certain job, or they'll even come to you and give you a hand with the job so you can see how it works and see if it's a service you want to offer. But you want to make sure that that you're, you know, doing that training with someone proper, because unless they're an instructor within their trade or industry or whatever, and they know, you know, you can ensure that they're doing that they're training you correctly, you don't want to get bad advice, because bad advice is the most expensive thing you can get. It's not good. There we go. We're reconnected. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. But anyways, moral of the story is you know, what you see online, it might not be the right thing. If you choose to do something without an actual expert and professional that has credentials, licensing, stuff like that, you might be taking some risks, but just to save a few bucks. And if that is worth it to you, it's your home. But my suggestion from an expert is I wouldn't do surgery on myself. I would actually go to a board certified surgeon to make sure that I'm getting proper things done, and getting it done by someone who knows what they're doing and has been trained, rather than a novice or myself on certain tasks, especially when it comes to fire, or if it comes to plumbing. Plumbing's another thing. You got to watch that, because you could ruin your whole house if you try to fix something and it backs sewage up, or water. Water's the strongest stuff on earth. So anyways, so we've rambled enough. We've talked. I'm back to work. I need to get back to it because we're busy, just like every chimney company should be this time of year. Give us a call if we can help you with the chimney problems, chimney inspections, things like that. We've still got times before Halloween and before Thanksgiving, but they are going to go quick, just like they do every single year. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday. Thanks.